teach you bullying, but it's not, they don't really teach it as well. And I think it's evolved so much since we were kids. Like cyberbullying is such a big thing now. And how do teachers deal with that? Because you can't just let it happen. You have to find a way to deal with it. And I think going at it with a new approach might be a way to limit it, but I think just with, how the world works, and not just how like school systems work in America, but school systems around the world and just kids around the world, like bullying it will never die out, but it can be limited.
Mm. It's this topic is. I'm not gonna go as far as to say this topic is like super hard. I'm not gonna be that dramatic. What I will say is that from a personal experience, I have always seen schools making, let's say, an honest attempt to
Mhm.
get a handle on bullying, to get a handle on people who decide to treat other people as less than, um, inbred racism, or related things, for lack of a better term. However, a lot of it comes off as, I hate to use as harsh of a word, but I will here, performative, but not performative for malicious reasons. It comes off as performative because, as I blanked on which one of you mentioned it, but there's an aspect of there's not much that can be done.
Mm.
So what we'll see is how we see schools make an honest attempt to try, though, or at the very least make an honest attempt to look like they're trying.
Mm.
But at the end of the day, I think the only real way to even get any sort of a handle on it is these schools must truly understand where the kids are. And I believe the only way for that to happen is these decisions need to have the student body with them. Now, that might be easy for us to say as college students because we have people on student administration working with the faculty. It's harder to imagine that when it's like in elementary school because the first thing someone is going to think of is, well, why do I need a 10-year-old helping me make decisions? But I say that because if you're going to try and help a social issue with a demographic that you don't understand, the only way to understand that demographic is to have somebody from that demographic. Now, they might tell it to you in elementary school language. It is up to you to decipher that elementary school language and to realize that this is how we solve this. Because when I was in school, their version of stopping bullying was by showing us videos of high schoolers pretending to be middle schoolers and then ending it off with bullying is bad. And their version of bullying was somebody throwing an apple at somebody's head and calling them a ding dong.
Yeah,
Like that's not what any of us experienced at all.
it's and it like as I said, it evolves so much. Like elementary school bullying is different than middle school bullying, and the same goes for every level above it.
Mm-hmm.
And not only that, but it evolves so quickly. Like with social media, with everything, like there's always something new. There's always something new that, sadly you can pick on someone for. And sometimes picking on someone is just fun loving.
Mm-hmm.
And it does, like, my friends pick on me, but it's different when it's someone that you see as like a higher up is picking on you and just kind of like deteriorating your confidence.
I'm not gonna lie, my biggest bullies are my teachers. And listen, as
That's true.
somebody
That's a
who
good
likes
point.
to playfully bully my friends, as our lovely producer Nicole knows all too well from me, it can be fun. I'm not gonna lie. Nonetheless, it always it then that's another reason it's hard too, because some teachers, again, this is why it's important to understand your demographic, because at what point do we see the difference between the playful bullying that me and Nina will exchange, or me and some of my other friends will exchange, versus the shots taken from somebody who genuinely wishes you harm, or who genuinely sees you as inferior, or genuinely does not see you as an equal.
Mhm.
How do we first of all spot the difference, and how do we handle the difference.
Right. I went to school with so many different personalities, and I was a part of the student body a lot in middle school, and I did theater, and it was like frowned upon. I guess it was viewed as weird, and because I was so out there and outgoing. But the best advice that I had gotten from my vice principal was to embrace it, embrace everything that's being said to you, and take it in a way and change it up, make it a part of yourself, make it not a way to get better, but to show them that you're you, if that makes sense.
Best way I handle it is not caring, be who you are. And a lot of the people take that well into adulthood, and that's where you find your community in places like theater or Comic-Con, which several of our members, including co-host Nino Danino and our lovely producer Nicole Passero, spent their time yesterday, will be spending some of their time today and the rest of this weekend. So with that, we have some audio clips loaded up into our friendly little system that I will be more than happy to show you once I can actually pull it up if my computer stops being. Thank you so much. So without further ado, we're going to be showing you a couple of audio clips. You can travel back in time with Nino and Nicole on what was yesterday, Thursday. Jesus Christ, I am blanking for them. So without further ado, let's take it away.
Wow. 90.3 WMSC Upper Montclair. We are here
Your
at
face immediately changed.
Comic-Con 2023. Boy, oh boy, it's been a day. We have seen so many cosplayers, so many crowds, so excited and so hyped up for the day. Despite the SAG after strikes, there have been so many representations of actors, and this people here are so excited to see it. Today, we started off with our first highlights of the big Broadway nerd panel, where we got to hear all about from actors, some including talking about their experiences on how comics have inspired the personas of characters and actors. Then the second highlight of our day was Ewan McGregor, where we got to hear from him how to make tea. He talks about how he likes a dash of milk, no honey, no sugar, and also his favorite places to go to in New York City. And he is also known as the King of Scotland. And there was no talks on Star Wars at all since the strikes, but that is okay. His fans were so excited to see him. The crowd was going wild to hear so much advice and insight from him. The third highlight of our day was the Daryl Dixon panel, where we got a screening, the first time screening that no one has ever seen before. First show of the screening here at Comic-Con only. No spoilers, but it was the season 1 finale and season 2 teaser of Daryl Dixon, The Walking Dead. No spoilers here, but we also got some insight on his long hair, as well as so much more on just about him, and also a Q&A from the fans, where he got to answer fans questions, which they loved. But that was New York City Comic-Con day 1. It's been a wild ride, and we're so excited for the rest of the weekend. From WMSC, I'm Nicole Passero.
How's it going? This is Nino from WMSC reporting to you from New York's Comic-Con. And today I'm joined by Lenny from Lionel Trains. Lenny, how's it going?
Going well, going well. Everybody's having a good time. Such nice people. So much creativity around here.
That's right. It's a beautiful site. Lenny, tell us, what inspired you? What are you doing here today?
I'm getting paid to dress up like a lion.
And how's that? It's going good?
Good.
Excellent. That's great to hear.
Hot, getting used to the costume. But once they put the air conditioner on, it was much better.
Excellent. I'll see you later. All righty.
Thanks a lot. Enjoy your day.
You too. How's it going? This is Nino from WMSC News reporting to you from New York Comic-Con. I'm here with two of my friends. Tell us, who are you guys?
My name is Robert Asadillo, or Wabasaurus Rex, and this is Pagliacci, the clown, ventriloquist clown.
Pagliacci. Nice to meet you guys. Tell us what brought you guys out here to New York Comic Con.
So we just wanted to come out. It's our day to kind of just be free and just look at all things pop culture, check out some panels. We're big fans of Dragon Ball Z. We love Dragon Ball Z. We were at a panel, Dragon Ball Z. And then, of course, tomorrow is the Monarch, the Legacy of Monsters, which we're looking forward to, right? Yeah, I love Godzilla.
We're looking forward to seeing you guys there. Enjoy the rest of your night already.
Thank you so much. Enjoy.
My name's Nino Dino, reporting from New York's Comic Con. Tell us, who are you? What are you doing today?
How's it going? I'm Jonathan from Brooklyn, New York. I'm here cosplaying at the Jacob Javits Center for New York Comic Con. Looking around, taking pictures, getting pictures taken, hoping to meet a few celebrities. I already have a photo op booked with the legendary Tim Curry.
Tell us, who are you dressed as today?
I am dressed as Panther Pool. This is a version of Deadpool who stole a prototype Panther suit from one of Shuri's lab in Black Panther versus Deadpool issue 4.
And what inspired you to come dressed as this today?
Well, this was in I always loved Deadpool since the early 90s. This was in the heat of the hype of the Black Panther phenomenon when the first movie came out. I loved both of them. And then when I saw that they had a mashup of both of them, that's when I knew I had to do that.
And as for Comic-Con, is this your first? Have you been before?
My very first Comic-Con was 2015. I managed to buy a badge last minute off of a brother's coworker. I walked around and felt instantly inspired. The following year, I cosplayed as Pee Wee Herman, and that's when I realized I found my element.
Excellent. And we're glad you did because you look great today. Have a great rest of your day, all righty?
Thank you so much, sir. Take care.
How's it going? This is Nino Danino from WMSC Upper Montclair, bringing Comic-Con to you all weekend long.
King, take us off.
Here we are. Hello, good morning, everybody. So we're starting off on Broadway. Jordan Fisher is set to join Hadestown on Broadway. The Teen Beach movie star Jordan Fisher is set to return to Broadway in Hadestown, the musical. The musical was previously led by famous Broadway couple Eva Noblezada and Reeve Carney. Noblezada left the show in September, and now Carney is ending his time in the underworld as well. Jordan Fisher is no stranger to the stage, previously being in Dear Evan Hansen and Sweeney Todd on Broadway earlier this year, and he will join the cast this November. Fisher has sparked some controversy since he is known for his short running times and calling out of Broadway shows on the daily. Some fans are even saying it is now starring Jordan Fisher's understudy. So we will see how all of this goes down this November. I'm definitely excited.
You know, but I did
Really?
notice that time on Dear Evan Hansen was very short-lived. He was the one that brought it back after Broadway reopened, correct?
Correct. Yeah. So he was.
I wanted to see it with him in it, and I didn't even hear that he left. I just noticed it one day, and it wasn't very long either. I just was thinking about getting tickets, and it was about a month and a half after I was just looking at it, and I just noticed that he was no longer starring as Evan. And I was like, huh, that was fast. But I didn't know he had a reputation for that.
Yeah. So apparently there were some rumors going around that he had gotten fired from Dear Evan Hansen, and there was also some rumors going around that he just wanted to spend time with his family. But it was literally, he was on one day, the next day, gone, completely gone. And his understudy moved up to the role. So there's rumors about that. Same thing with Sweeney Todd. He was soon, say it again.
I'm sorry, but do people assume that when actors don't announce they're leaving? Because I remember similar things happening with Sophia.
Yes. Well, we then later found out why Sophia Ann Caruso left Beetlejuice. She had left Beetlejuice to go on to another project, which is The School for Bad and Evil, which she went on to film, and that's why she departed the Broadway show. He never came out with anything afterwards that we know of right now. So everybody kind of just assumed that he was fired because he was only in the show for 2 days a week at that point. So he was calling out all the time. So we'll see what happens with Hades Town.
I am so excited for this. I've seen Hades Town like I think 4 times now. I saw it last month, and I will be seeing it again next month just because of this. So
Yeah, he
good.
definitely pulls an audience. So, we shall see how the show keeps up with its stunt casting. Right now, they have Betty Who in the role, so they're bringing a lot of Betty Who fans out. But I know the Jordan Fisher fans will show. They showed for Dear Evan Hansen, they showed for Sweeney Todd, and so now they will show for Hades Town. So it should be exciting to see that. But moving on, a 6